Welcome to the iPad and Education class. We are going to do a 10-part series in this online iPad class. We're going to start with out of the box, where I'm going to show you how to take your iPad out of the box and learn about the hardware settings that are behind it, followed by a settings part 1 unit where we're going to go through and tweak a lot of the innards of your iPad. On to mobile computing, where we're going to do a little lecture about how did we get here to this place where we can finally use this device. Then we'll jump into applications, the apps on the iPad, part 1, followed by settings, part 2. We're going to take just a deeper look. We're going to dive farther into the iPad and make sure that we know exactly how to tweak this thing and make it hum. Followed by digital publications, because as we can see, when we have something razor thin and we can store all of our learning, teaching, reading, and ingestion needs in one single place, we need to start talking about digital publications and how they will affect us and our students. Followed by apps part 2, where we just take a look at a whole new set of applications that you can use. Then we'll do a little jailbreaking fair use talk, because now that we're in the digital world, we're focusing on something that does nothing but digital basically. We need to make sure that we understand some of the technological know-how and some of the underpinnings of using digital items. Followed by the third part of apps part 3. And we will finish our entire series with iPad extras, the accessories, the Apple TV, the things that you can use, the accoutrement that come along with this snazzy little device. That is the end of what you are going to see in this iPad education class 10-part series. Tips and tricks number 3 is appropriate because we're going to be using multiple fingers during this tip. The first thing that I want to show you is if you take your 4 fingers and anywhere from the bottom, even if you have this thing rotated around, if you are at the bottom of your page and you just push up, you can access your running apps. And you can see I have far too many running apps running at this time. But the other thing I want you to take note of is here's Notes, there's Safari, Mail, and Photos. Watch what happens when I access Safari here, and now I'm going to do the second of your 2 multi-gestures here, or second of your 3 multi-gestures that I'm going to do with you. If I take those 4 fingers and I swipe, notice what happens. It takes me to the app that was just before it if I swipe left, or I can go back to this app that was in my running apps, and I can even go, sorry about that, I can keep just going this way to Mail, and I can go all the way through all of my running apps that I have open one at a time by simply multi-gesturing through there. The last thing that I want to show you with multi-gesture is what I call the shoosh. If I want to shoosh this app or get rid of this app that's running here, I can just take my fingers and I can grab a hold of it and shoosh it. I'll show you that one more time. I'll open up my App Store here, and once the App Store loads, let's say I don't want to be in here, all I have to do is take and shoosh that app and it closes. That's shooshing. So you've got 3 multi-gestures that are rather easy. Up, then you have, once you access, you can swipe over from one to the other, and finally you can shoosh, provided it believes in you. Alright, that's it. That's the end of tip number 6.